All right, so I'm recording. So I'm really excited that you all are able to hop on tonight, and we're basically wrapping up this month. This is the last week. I'll have the next group open up in the next couple of days. So I feel like I'm a little bit behind where I was out of town all last week because I was at the cabin in Tennessee. It was good, but I don't know if I will ever take a bunch of girls by myself ever again. I was so ready to get back home. My husband had a wonderful week. I mean, he cleaned the house, and he was like, it was so nice just to have no expectations. My kids had a wonderful week, and I felt like I was the only one that really struggled. So I was just like, this is for the birds. But anyway, I wanted to share some things that are coming up and just some exciting things that are going on before I guess go in and do the quick check-ins with everybody because I like to do that and just kind of have everybody voice like how they're doing for the week. For those who are actually in my coaching group who are signed up as a coach, whether you're a discount coach or whatever, I don't care what you are. But there are actually a lot of incentives going on right now. And for those who are wanting to build a business or wanting to earn extra income, we are really trying to do a push to help motivate people because when basically your income is a direct reflection of how many lives you're changing. And I know a lot of people are wanting to earn income, whether it's just enough to pay for their Shakeology or pay for groceries or start paying bills, earn six figures, whatever it may be. And in order to do that, you've got to start changing lives because the paycheck isn't going to come if you're not sharing your journey. And so I just want to encourage you all to keep doing that. I didn't post the weekly posting up last night because I was like, well, I'll just post it tonight since we're doing our call. But I just want to let you know some of the things that are coming up for incentive-wise for basically building your business. So if you're able to hit Diamond Rank by July 31st, you get $100 cash from me. And that is just there are a couple of ranks before Diamond, but once you hit Diamond, that really just kind of establishes you starting to build a team and to start truly realizing you're part of that ripple effect. And then if you are able to help someone on your team become Diamond, because you're going to know how to do it, you're still going to have my support in helping that person come to Diamond. And there's going to be so many ways that you can receive support from me or my upline, Jen Greenberg, as things come along that I could sit here and list the things all along, but you're like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't mean anything to me. I'm like, well, when the time comes up, if you need a support in a certain way, we'll give it. If you're able to help someone else hit Diamond by December 31st, you will get a free trip to Puerto Rico. About 5 or 6 days. Jen is taking all of her PS coaches, which is me. And then if I'm able to help my coaches hit, help someone get Diamond, then we will take them as well. And then there's also opportunity to earn airfare money. So it is a phenomenal opportunity to earn a lot of incentives that is completely separate from Beachbody compensating you. Not only that, I know without a doubt that if you're able to obtain those two goals, you will also be on the Success Club trip. And I think it's March or April next spring. So if you are a coach and you're thinking about building a business or quasi-interested, I would recommend you go ahead and sign up for the wait list because you need to get on that wait list. And I'm telling you, if you do push toward these goals, it's something that you can easily attain. Beachbody just gives it to you. It's really crazy. Like if you have a goal to help like 3 to 5 people a month, it's amazing the things that they'll give you. Also, something I have not shared yet on any team page or whatever, but I would love to do a retreat with my coaches or ladies in the academy. It would be more so tailored towards coaches because they could earn it for free. Basically a retreat in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, so at my cabin. So we'd probably go down maybe 4 or 5 days, like Wednesday to Sunday, Thursday to Sunday, in January, February, and just hang out. I'll have food catered. We can go out to eat too. We'll do some fun activities. They have like have you ever seen those like the breakout game things, like where you get in with like 6, 8 people, and you try to, like, they've got stuff like that. There's so many things to do. And it would be something that you could bring, your spouse with, or a partner. And so it would be a great way just to kind of connect with each other, and an incentive that I can give to my coaches. So even if you aren't able to, get those other goals, if you're able to hit diamond by the end of the year, then that would be a free trip for you. So I just want to briefly just touch base on those, because I know a lot of you are coaches on here. And I will be sharing more information as we go along, and checklists and all sort of things in the group to kind of keep track of people's progress as they're earning towards the trips and stuff. So great opportunity to get a lot of free stuff. I honestly never thought I could earn a free trip from Beachbody. And since the year that I started, I qualified for a free trip. And all it is you got to be intentional in your business. So, and do what your mentor tells you, which is me. Because I did what mine told me. But anyway, so I wanted to touch base on that. I think that was I think that's it. Yeah. So I'll have the new group open probably Wednesday or Thursday. So it's Tuesday, Monday. So I'll probably work on getting that open and all that stuff and getting people added. And I will post the link in the group once it's open. So check-ins. I don't know if everybody wants to kind of share a little bit how they're doing, what's going on. Because I do want to talk about progress tonight. It's kind of, once I see how everybody's doing, there's 2 quotes from the book that I'm reading right now, Finished by John Acuff. I had shared with you all that it's the book I'm reading. And there are a couple of quotes out of there that I wanted to share and how we can apply those to our lives. So, Janice, how are you doing?
This weekend I kind of slacked off just because old Aunt Flo came for her visit. And that really, because I think I'm starting to enter menopause, so it really throws everything off. And her last visit wasn't bad, so I think she came back with a vengeance this week. But for the most part, like, I finished the 3-week yoga retreat. I'm doing 2B mindset. So I mean, for the most part, everything's going pretty good. And I'm like, my last weigh-in, I'm like 0.8 of a pound away from a total of a 50-pound loss. So yeah, it's just kind of
my stars.
I've still got like 92 pounds left to go, but I mean, that puts me at a third of the way there.
You need to celebrate how far you've come too. That's phenomenal. Okay, everybody else, raise your hand if you would love to say, I've lost 50 pounds. Like every single one of us. So I'm not saying not like stay focused toward the goal, but like, that's amazing. And, and I think that, you should be congratulated on that. Like, so do you have like progress pictures, like before and after, or measurements?
I didn't do measurements. I'm just not one that does pictures. I've never been a picture person. I don't have pictures of my house. Now I know my mom's probably got some that I can get from her, of what I was before, just because. But yeah, I mean, it's taken me a couple years to kind of get that far. But since I've started doing Beachbody, because I did that mostly with Weight Watchers, but since I've started doing Beachbody with their exercising, and then now with the 2B mindset, it seems to have accelerated, I guess, and everything. And one of the best compliments I've ever had is a guy across the street. He works out, bodybuilder, arm wrestler. I mean, this is what this guy does. And he was telling my husband last night, he's like, I've seen the difference in her in just, the short amount of time that you guys have lived here, because we've only been here for like 2 years and have only really been talking with him for like a year. So, I mean, just for somebody that's like him, and he always cracks jokes on his Facebook about the housewife, not listening to the trainer, or, somebody doing, what is that? Where they flip tires and everything, CrossFit and stuff like that. So he's always cracking jokes about stuff like that. But then for him to see somebody, a difference, I mean, that's just, it made me feel good.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations. And we definitely need to throw a virtual party for you. I wish you had a line or something on me, man. Anyway, congratulations. Who would like to go next? Amanda?
Okay. Well, I was down 8 until I went out of town, and I can't tell you. I haven't got on to see what what damage I did, but yeah, I was down 8, so that wasn't bad for a couple weeks.
But
yeah, so hopefully I can.
Where it was bad, you know where it was bad, so you know what needs to be fixed. You know basically where you fell off. So that's the important thing. And I think with you, your struggle is nutrition because you like working out, right?
Well, I can't be like, yeah, I love it, but I do it.
I mean, like your struggle is more so nutrition versus working out. I don't know if any of us in this group can say I love working out. I mean, sometimes like if I think I'm going crazy, I might be like, man, this is not so bad, but I'm not those that attract the people who love working out because if I do, it's like, where did you come from? Because
well, I enjoyed today's because it was with my man Saji, so I didn't mind today's workout.
What was today's workout?
Oh, that hammer and chisel. Power something. Yeah. It was good.
What about you, Ashley? How was your week?
Who are we talking to?
You.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear it. Broke up for a second, so I was like, "She say my name? I don't."
Say my name. Say my name.
Oh my goodness. Woo, throwing it back. All right. No. Outside of being totally, and I've posted this in the group, but like this week, I was so exhausted, and to the point like. At work, I was trying not to nod off, like behind my desk, because I sit at a desk all day long. And so I was trying not to fall asleep. And so as soon as I get home and then I work my other business and try to get to bed at a decent hour. And then I missed my alarm most of the week this week because I just slept straight through it. So I didn't work out. And that's my struggle. I really have to get moving. The nutrition, I can stick with it pretty well for the most part. I have failed a lot this weekend on that just because my brother and his wife came in town, found out they're pregnant. So I'm so excited. This will be my first niece or nephew on my side of the family. And they've struggled with their own infertility issues and stuff. So I'm very happy for them. But we were with them, and then I had ministry obligations, and I had an event and some other stuff. So I didn't exactly stick to things the way I should. But, it's not as bad as it could have been, like it normally is. I didn't go completely crazy.
I think it's important to recognize, when we do have those weekends or when we're traveling, it comes down to choices. I mean, really, even if you go through McDonald's, you can choose a salad over a burger and fries. You really can. Right. I think Janice said that didn't you choose the salad over like the food, like at the.
Yeah, when we went to the gas station, we got a salad. And everything, which I mean, surprisingly for a gas station salad, it was actually good.
It comes down to choices. Right. But when we are making choices that we know aren't in our best favor, it's also good to remember, like grace, giving ourselves grace and recognizing it and moving on and not beating ourselves up about it. Because I can easily be like, man, like the whole week I was in Tennessee, I tried to cook a couple of healthy meals. But it was really hard because there aren't a ton of healthy options when you've got Southern home cooking, and when you're going out to eat. And so it's like, you can order those green beans, but they're smothered in like bacon and grease and like, hard telling what else they've been, so it's
right.
So it's like, all right, well, I've set myself back. And in reality, it's like, no, like life just happened, do the best you can, give yourself some grace and just move on.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing. I made some dumb decisions, and I paid for one of them in particular because Friday night, by the time I got home, and I was trying to get ready for a live myself and then trying to cook dinner. I wouldn't have eaten until like 11 o'clock at night. So I was like, babe, just grab a pizza. Dumb decision. It was quick. It was whatever. And it was no fuss, no muss. And I had a couple of pieces and it went straight. I have not had that many carbs in one sitting in the entire 3 weeks we've been doing this. And it went straight to my head. I mean, I got lightheaded and I'm like, I can't do that anymore. You know, I can't eat like that anymore. I just physically can't handle it anymore. And so that's a good realization for me that I could tell my body is getting used to the better way of eating. But saying, no, you can't do that. So that's a good thing for me in regards to that, because I'm listening to my body a lot more. And so I know I just can't do that anymore. And so that works for me. So,
but it's funny that sometimes how we do jeopardize, but basically we force our bodies back into bad eating habits. Like, even though it makes us feel like shit, we still do it sometimes.
Right.
Where it's back to habit, and it's like, come on, like, why did I do this again? Like, it makes me feel like crap. I know it does. Why? And I think that's where the emotional and mindless eating comes in, where it's habits, you know, and a lot of times our emotions are not connected to our habits, but our habits are basically formed because of emotions, if that makes sense. So whether it's going for a walk or picking up some ice cream or something, those are habits. And so usually, you know, they're driven by emotion. So yeah, so I understand, totally relate.
Oh yeah.
Skylar, what about you?
Been a little slow on the weight loss this month, but I've been gaining more muscle and losing inches.
Mm-hmm.
I started the year in a size 18, and I am officially down to a size 14.
Wow.
So it's only about 22 pounds, but still it's two pant sizes.
About 22 pounds.
Been struggling with getting the
to say they're down 22
actual workouts in with everything else going on in life. But especially the last week or two, between hello, guys froze up there for a second.
I'm here.
But yeah, between family friend being in the hospital right now and my own issues I'm dealing with, haven't been really feeling the workouts, but been trying to be really good about the food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's one thing that I've learned, if anything, is, you know, if you have to give yourself a lot of grace in one area, let it be the workouts. Not to say that workouts are not important, but nutrition is going to be 80% of it. 100% mindset, 80% nutrition, and 20% workouts. I mean, so I guess it's 200%. But nutrition, if you're going to fail in one area, let it be the workouts, at least, you know, for that time being, because you can't work your way out of a bad diet. So, so what about you, Andrea? Can you talk? Watching your game.
I was muted. I've been doing all right. I actually, today was my first big loss. I was down 2.8 pounds this morning. So that put me overall for the last 30 days down 3.4 pounds.
How much?
3.4.
Okay. That's awesome.
So for me, it's a big difference because I haven't been as committed to anything before. So I'm doing a lot better with my eating habits. I walk at work, so a lot of times I come home and I'm exhausted because I try to be in bed by a certain time, and so by the time I get done eating and stuff, I'm just like, I'm done, so I don't work out. But I've been trying to hit the gym and like at least doing the elliptical or the treadmill at work because we have an on-site fitness center, and if we go so many times a month, we get a free hour of PTO. So I've been doing all right for the most part with it, just trying to get ready for, I know this weekend's not going to be good because I know we're going out to eat because my birthday is on Saturday. So we're not going to be doing very well. So I'm hopefully going to try to do decent with going out to eat with that.
Well, here's the thing. You know, it's coming up. So if you can stay on point as much as you can up until that point, you can give yourself some grace, have some treats, like, to be a mindset, it's coming, plan for it. So, keep, basically on point up until the point, and so that way you're not beating yourself up about it. Expect to go in and eat all the things you normally don't eat. I mean, so I wouldn't, I'd just be careful with that mindset of, well, it probably will be bad, and because it's kind of like the way that it sounds, like, well, I'm probably going to be eating bad. It's like, it doesn't sound very positive, but you're like, I'm going to be doing good. I'm going to be eating on point. I am going to hold myself accountable. I'm going to be posting my meals. I'm going to be doing this. Even if you're not doing the workouts, that's fine. Like I said, nutrition is where it's at. And all the way up until that point, and like, all right, this is my meal. Like, this is my birthday meal, or this is, I'm going to a wedding, and this is the meal that I've been saying, basically all week been thinking about. And that way, it's not that you're rewarding yourself because you're not a dog, but it kind of is a reward for, staying committed and staying consistent. So I would think of it as that, like, all right, like you have X amount of days before it comes, and even if you need to check them off on your calendar, that could just be motivation. That way you don't feel like you have to order vegetables from your meal. I mean, if you want to because you like them, that's fine, but also, order what you want. Because it's not like you're going to do it very often. I guess that's not exactly what you would want to hear from a coach. I'm like, order the fries. Early. But anyway, what about you, Samantha? I know you were eating salads all weekend.
Do what?
I said, I know you were eating salads all weekend.
No. I actually did really good on my eating, though. Grilled most of our food, so we didn't use, like, butter or nothing like that. No sprays. Fried up some asparagus on the grill. I ate pretty decent, but, I did have my few setbacks because I did have, like, some bread for a sandwich or so for lunch. But, I actually didn't do too bad, better than what I thought. I know I skipped some meals with it being so hot, too. And as far as the beverages go, I had quite a few adult beverages. So I know that kind of, pushed me back a little bit, too. But it's worth it. We didn't get any workouts in the 4 days because we didn't have phone service out there. So we're going to get back into that this week, too.
What's your adult beverage of choice?
Well, we play past the bottle, so we had a little bit of everything. And I like Seagrams, too. So, but we had some rum chata, some Jim Beam, some Southern Comfort, you name it. We all tried it. So.
Oh my gosh. We get along. I'm extremely introverted, but once you get to know me, and I don't drink often. I don't, believe it or not. But if I'm on a trip and it's all inclusive, or if I'm on a cruise, or if we're with a bunch of usually at retreats, if you don't know anything about my mentors, Jen and Mike, they 10 minutes. They always come with alcohol and lots of it. So I get to try all sorts of things. So one of their big things actually that I would like to do with the ladies that come to Tennessee is do moonshine tasting, because moonshine is really big in Tennessee, and they have a couple of different distilleries there, and so we always go moonshine tasting. Like last week when I was in Tennessee, Mike and Jim picked me up. I left the kids at the cabin, and we went moonshine tasting. We've been 1,000 times, but it's fun. So, because they have all these different flavors, but anyway, I like that. We would get along. Okay, so the quotes, since I've got just a couple minutes left. All right, so 2 of the quotes out of the book Finish that I'm reading by John Acuff. The first one says, if you don't review the progress, you can't make adjustments. And you learn from your mistakes. You can't get better, and ultimately you can't finish. So, and then the next one is very similar. If you're unhappy with your progress, you have 3 different dials you can adjust: the goal, the timeline, and the actions. So as we're coming to wrapping up this month, I want you all to think about, the progress that you've had, not just the scale. The scale is only one basically puzzle piece to, this huge picture. But it is a factor. So, I want you to think about doing measurements, your pictures, or how you feel, your energy, how you're sleeping, where you were a month ago or at the beginning of this challenge to now, and think about that progress and, how do you feel about that progress? And that might be something that, you wouldn't be able to answer tonight, but I want you to think about it, and I want you to share about it in the group. After you think about all right, this is how I've progressed. I want you to share some things that you feel like you've progressed in, some areas that you feel like you still want to work on for next month, because that way it'll help me as a coach be like, all right, are you doing better in getting more sleep? Are you doing better in nutrition or meal planning or meal prepping? It blew my mind when Andrea was telling me how she meal preps or whatever, but she doesn't always eat the food that she meal preps because she doesn't like leftovers. And I'm like, girl, why are you doing that then? If I'm going to make it, I'm going to eat it, because I'm lazy, I don't want to cook something else so it's those are things that, because I realize that you all aren't just like me, you can't maybe eat the same thing every day for 30 days. I go on these kicks where I eat the same thing over and over again, and really you just can't get me off of it until I get sick of it, and then I go to the next thing. But I want you to think about the progress you made, and if you're not satisfied with it, because, if you don't look at your progress, it said basically, let me read that again. You're not going to be able to learn from your mistakes. So we need to think about the progress you made and what mistakes have you made this month, mistakes that have hindered you from the amount of progress you'd like to make. That's a realistic, we're talking realistic things here, ladies, not like, I wish I had lost 30 pounds this month and I didn't do it because I didn't work out 2 hours a day. Hell no, this is not what this is about. This is about getting healthier while you still enjoy life. And basically learning from our mistakes and trying to do better for next month. It's all about progress. And, and it said, if you are unhappy, we need to tweak some things, whether, it's the goals that you're working toward, the timeline that you wanted to get it done. Because I usually ask people, what's their 90-day goal or what's a 30-day goal? Because I think it's good to break down your goals and then the actions. So, I honestly could talk about that all the time, but I was like, it really is good at the end of the month or at the end of a program to think about the progress that you've made, whether or not you're truly happy with it. Now, also celebrating the fact that you've finished, whether it's the month or the program, even if it wasn't what you wanted to be, or maybe you don't feel like you got out of it what you wanted, or you weren't able to put in what you wanted. The fact is you finished. You finished a month of at least showing up in the academy, or you finished the 3-week yoga retreat. You finished XYZ. You may not have had these amazing transformation stories, or you might. You finished it though, and now you can be proud to say you finished. Because it's a psychological game, ladies. Let me tell you, because you could say, well, I finished it, but I only lost 2-3 pounds. When was the last time you could say that you finished something? So it's we always try to minimize our strengths. We try to minimize the things that we've accomplished and magnify our weaknesses. And we're our own worst enemy at doing that. We are the best person to magnify our weaknesses and to minimize our strengths. So that's why we're here as a group. And that's what my goal is, to help women see that you do have a lot of strengths. You do have value. You do have, worth. And these things that come along the way that make you feel less than or unworthy or unbeautiful, they're lies. And I can go on and ramble all night. But so that's kind of my homework assignment to you. I want you to think about the progress that you've made in the month of May. Now, I know there's a couple of days left. I don't know what day it is. The 28th. So basically the month of May, I want you to look at it as a whole. I want you to think about your progress, not just on the scale, not just numbers, not just the facts, but emotionally. Where do you feel like you've progressed? Do you feel like you're struggling even more? I just want you basically to emotionally vomit. if you want, share as much as you are willing to in the group. And I think that that is a way for us to be able to even support each other even more so, because we're sharing, you know, basically owning our successes and our failures. And sometimes it's hard to own our failures. You know, I ate a whole freaking bag of popcorn today. And that's not good, you know, but it's like, all right, like I admitted it. So now it's out there. Now I don't feel like I have the dirty secret, you know, the big elephant in the room. And it obviously is not on 2B mindset, you know, like, you know, so it's like, and I've got to fit in a dress in 2 weeks that I don't think I can fit in right now. So that's a problem. Why am I eating a bag of popcorn, you know? So I obviously am struggling with you all too. I am, you know, trying to seek progress, and sometimes I feel like life just smacks me in the face as well. So I don't pretend to have all the answers, but I do, you know, share my journey, and I'm so thankful that you all share yours and share how you're doing, because it's not easy, you know, and most of us have never had to talk about our struggles or talk about our PCOS or anything like that with anyone. You know, until, you know, we found the group or we got in the academy or whatever. And I know a lot of times it's scary to get on a video chat, especially with someone who can sit there and you don't know what they're going to ask you, and you don't know like what to expect, especially with all these things you've struggled with. And so I love how you are willing to get on these video chats and share what is going on in your life, share your journey. And it inspires me a lot. So you all inspire me more than you realize. It inspires me to keep going and showing up, because if I wasn't a coach, I probably would have quit 3 years ago. If I didn't have people showing up, and yeah, because I'm like, if they're showing up and I invited them, then I better show up, right? That's the deal, right? Oh, hey, Keisha.
Hi.
Better late than never. We have less than a minute, so.
Oh my God.
So I'll probably be cut off any minute, but I just want to thank you all for coming on. Any last comments or thoughts or?
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
With the 2B mindset, in reference to tortilla chips, is corn okay?
Probably so. I would do in moderation. So make sure you look at the portion sizes. I do think she makes her own, or she has a recipe or somewhere. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll share it with you. Or it might be for Fixate, but it would be a healthier option. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about 2B mindset. Anything is okay. You just have to watch, you know, the portion sizes. So
Yeah,
Yeah, because I don't have a carb or a FFC
yeah.
for my lunch or my snack, and I don't really have very many options in the house, but I do have corn tortilla chips.
Yeah, I mean, I would use those, you know.
That was a good combination.
I go like handful.
Accessory. I would consider it an accessory.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a mixture, but I would make sure to grab it what you want and then put the rest, like put the bag away, because you know, with chips they can be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
But anything else? I'm surprised I'm still on here. Well, I am gonna upload this tonight and post it in the group. It's nice to see you, Keisha. Better late than never, though.
I completely forgot. Like, I was like, what time is it? I have, like, the call tonight. And I was like, oh,